I'm wondering what it seemed, what was the moment for you when you decided that, okay, they're here to stay, but more than that, I need to do something to resist it. I'm not going to just sit at home and just let whatever happens, happens. I'm actually going to take steps that it's going to require a lot of courage, and I'm just going to do it. What was it that made you make that decision?
You know, what made me make this decision? Two reasons. One is the history. I explained to you in the beginning that I come from a family that has two intellectual sides. One is communism, and the other is Arab nationalism. And when I started reading the history of Mosul, Mosul witnessed a massacre in 1957-58. And when you read about these massacres that happened also in 1936, a massacre against the Assyrians, and other massacres probably weren't documented in the history. I was so much concerned that the same will happen again, that this time it's also going to be removed from our history, and the people of the future will be blinded from now. Like, you will set the rules from now that the next generation should be blind from what happened. So I was so afraid that the next generation will not know what happened. And this idea that imagining a person like me in the future sitting on his table and reading the history of Mosul and doesn't know what really happened in 2014, just like me when I try to understand what happened in 1956 and 1958. So that's, this kind of
that's very interesting. So it was the feeling of horror that future generations might be ignorant to the reality and the suffering of people today.
Absolutely. That's the main concern that I had. I forgot all the risks. I forgot all the craziness of making this decision, and I cared about the future. Because after all, history is not about the past. History is about the future. Because who he writes the narrative, the first narrative, controls the future.